boy. Hello and welcome to the Little Mansion Garden. In today's video I'm going to give you a little update on all the things that have been going on over the last few weeks, and also there's a few jobs to do, so stay with me. So you might notice that the stream behind me is looking a little bit wild today. Yesterday it was even more dramatic. All day long there was heavy rain, and by the time we got to the evening, this whole area here had water flowing over it. One good thing though is it cleaned all of the stones here, and they're looking really nice, because I had a bit of a job to do to kind of weed out some of the couch grass that started to grow there. But actually, the water seems to have done that for me. So yeah, thank you, stream. Okay, so let me give you a bit of a tour. So I've shown these gabions in this little corner patio here in a previous video, and we're making some more progress with it. There's been a few more gabions put on the end there, and a little seat that you saw me on earlier next to the stream there. Next step is to put another layer of gabions along the top with some lights in there as well, which will make the whole area quite nice. But electricians are quite expensive, so we need to save up for that one. But yeah, keep an eye on the video. What I'm going to do is I'll do a whole video about that section at some point. Okay, let's continue on. Oh yeah, so behind me here, all these plants in the pots. There was a bit of a rescue mission yesterday with the flooding to try and get them out of risk of being washed away by the stream. Now, tell you what, let's go up the steps here. So just coming up here to the car park area, and sun the right way around, so yeah, still a lot of work to go up here, but what I want to show you, okay, a lot of the plants are blown over here in the storm, but behind me here I have a little plant stand. So far I haven't exactly made millions, but that might be because there's an offer here for people to just help themselves to plants if they feel they can't afford it, and it's quite nice that people feel they can just come by and take a plant and give it a loving home. And this is also good practice, as one day I would like to set up a plant nursery, so yeah, keep an eye on the channel for that particular adventure. Okay, carrying on now back into the garden. On the way, just outside the fence here, we have lovely Japanese anemone here. I'm not sure which variety this is, because the label wasn't correct. It was supposed to be a white one. But yeah, it's really looking lovely. propagate now. And what else do we have going on in this bed? Okay, just yesterday there were lots of elderberries on the tree here, but only a couple left now. And what I tend to do is just, if I'm making a crumble, I'll pop a few of those in and hopefully get a few more vitamins. Almost walked straight past the buddleia here. A lot of the flowers have turned brown now because we are into autumn, but still get to see the odd butterfly there. And a few months ago it was absolutely covered. Continuing along, we have this here, which I can't remember the name. I will put it no, I'll put a little label down below. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely. And it really works well for this position here because it's just kind of trailing over the path. Then further along we have some calendula here. I love calendula, pot marigold, one of my favourite plants. For some reason, I just I struggle to get to grow it here. Don't know why. So I used to have an allotment. Well, no, I used to have part of a friend's allotment. And it just grew like a weed there, but for some reason in this garden it just doesn't seem to self-seed, but I'm going to persevere with it. Right, carry on. Behind me here we have marjoram, which is always buzzing with bees. Just up there, there's some more elderberries, which is great, so they'll be good for the crumble. This plant here is the wonderful Brugmansia, and it smells amazing. At night, the flowers are even stronger, the scent of them. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Oh, little bees just come along to prove the point of it's very valuable to wildlife as well. And yeah, a must for every garden. It's not particularly hardy, and one of my jobs for today is to bring in the plants that aren't so hardy. So I'll be getting to that later. I'm in two minds about whether to leave this out a bit longer or bring it in now. I'll have a think. Along the path here, it's all a little bit wild and overgrown. This it's just going over, but there's a few flowers left on this Phyllictrum. And that's one of my favourite plants in the garden because it kind of just lifts above everything and it's very airy, so you can see through the plant. Oh, great Rudbeckia here. Carrying along. Now this is wonderful. Bear with me. So here we have this amazing Sanguisorba. As you can see, it's a white variety. It has these great little black dots on it as well. I really like this. Okay, and if we continue along, I'll just show you outside of the cottage here. We have another wonderful Japanese anemone. And this one really is white. continuing around, I'm just looking out for anything that I think you might be interested in. So let's sit down here. There's a little aster. This was just taken as a cutting from a friend's garden, so no idea what variety that is. And then just behind me there's a lovely Joe Pye weed, which is a real treat for wildlife. So the other side of me, we have the pond. I don't think I can quite get into view, but behind the pond, there's the wonderful Riam. But also, it's just going over now, but this hydrangea limelight is just stunning. In addition, they've recently just sent up a load of new shoots with new flowers on. Hopefully they'll fully open before the cold weather truly hits. The white of the hydrangea is a great background for these shocking pink flowers behind me. You can see them there. In the pond itself, we have the last of the water lilies that we're probably going to see this side of 2026. Carrying along the path here, we have this amazing echium that's, oh, there's a little spider, I think there's, yeah, a little money spider hanging off me. Hopefully that means that this video is going to make me millions. So yeah, what was I saying? Echium, wonderful echium here. What I'm going to have to do soon is wrap it in horticultural fleece and try and get it through the winter. Wish me luck. Okay, continuing along. So we have the covered bridge area here. As you can see, the rows I've trained up has sent up all these tendrils. So one of my jobs today is to tie all of those in, but we'll come to that later. Behind me here we have the bed that I planted up, I think the year before last. There's a video on the channel, I'll put a link below, but you can check that out. And it's looking great now with all the daisies. And then on the other side, we have the dramatic waterfall. If we continue along, here's a new development. I'm going to try and walk along the side of the stream without falling in. Okay, so behind me here we have a whole new bed that I planted up, and this is going to have a bit of a tropical vibe to it. I'll give you a little glimpse now, but I've made a video about constructing this particular bed, and so there's going to be a whole one all about that. Keep an eye on the channel for that. there is an arch that has fallen down in the storms, but the idea is that there's going to be a honeysuckle, I think it's called American Beauty, and a climbing rose, can't remember what kind, that's going to go over that. But it's not going to happen if I leave it lying around, so that's another job for today. Get that back upright again. Okay, back to the main garden. So, oh, this is great. Just a little blueberry plant, and it has given so many blueberries this year, and they're really sweet, this variety. I'll just try and find you the name. It is called Sunshine Blue. Highly recommend that one. Okay, now if we continue down here, I've been talking a lot in previous videos about constructing the area behind me to make a bit of a hedge so that we don't see the neighbouring properties so much. Not that we don't like the neighbours, they're very nice. It's used as an Airbnb most of the year though, so it's quite helpful to have a little bit of a screen there. But yeah, so again, there's going to be a whole video about making this bed, so keep an eye on the channel for that. And but yeah, again, here's another sneak peek. So coming down the steps, and we have the veg bed. So I mentioned we've had a spell of bad weather with winds and rains, so the beans are looking a little bit tilting at the moment. But yeah, I'm really quite happy with the outcome of this. And I've got a fair few salads off of it, so I think all in all quite successful. So these Greek gigantes beans, they've grown. When you press the pods though, you can't feel much of a bean underneath. So, but we do have still a, you know, it's end of September now. So we probably, if we have a mild spell until Christmas, they might still kind of fill out. I'm keeping my hopes up. Try and straighten this. Oh, no, I'm going to leave it for now. Cabbage is all right. Yeah, a few holes in it though. I put some chilies in, but I think I was being a bit too optimistic there. They didn't do much. The lettuce here, as predicted, went to seed. But yeah, I'm just going to leave those and collect the seed, and you know, hopefully it'll save me having to buy a packet next year. The most successful thing, and I'm not sure if there's any left because I think I've eaten it all, was the, oh, here's a little bit, was the rocket that I just sowed seeds of, and that's what I've got most of my salads out of. Oh, nice. So the rest of the area here is basically the working area where I pot up all my plants and things. If we continue along, we've got the sort of new compost bays that I've created here. The hot compost bin is doing its job. I haven't emptied it yet because it just keeps sinking down. I keep adding new stuff, so I'm waiting until it fills up to empty it. But yeah, so keep an eye on that and I'll give you an update on whether it works or not. Okay, let's continue. Although I think pretty much that's it for the update and everything we've had going on. So yeah, no putting it off. Jobs to do. The first task for today is to bring in all of my tender house plants that have been having a little holiday outside. So, and also just those plants that you'd generally want to bring indoors over winter or pop in a greenhouse, like this pelargonium here, which is lovely, and the smell of it just makes you think of summer holidays in the Mediterranean. It's wonderful. And it's just going over now, so what I'll do is probably cut off these dead ones, or yeah, just snap them off really. And yeah, that one's pretty much going. Oh, there we go. And put those in the bin. And yeah, so hopefully this will keep flowering and brighten up my bathroom for a bit longer. So as well here, we have, and I can never remember the name of this one, so I'm just trying to find a label. Oh, the label snaps. That's what happens when you use wooden labels. It's called Velthemia bracteata, and the flowers on it are just going over, but you can kind of get an idea of what it was like in its glory. Okay, so now I just need to find some space for them all. Plants from here are all now inside, but there are lots more spread all over the garden, and I can't really remember where most of them are, so I need to hunt those down. But before we do that, let's go on and sort those roses out I showed you earlier. Okay, time to try and tie these in. So the thing I need to be careful of is that I don't actually snap them. Now luckily there are 3 of the little offshoots here, and we've got 3 of the metal posts going all the way across, so it should work out well. I'll cut the bits of string first to make life a little bit easier. Having to be very careful with these thorns. I'm tying them quite loosely because these stems will actually get quite thick over time. Okay, one down. Let's see if we can get the next one. Two down, one to go. Okay, that one was a little bit tougher to get in place, so I've left it with quite a big loop coming over because I don't want to snap it. And yeah, hopefully over time it will blend in a bit better, but I'm quite happy with that. There's one other thing I want to get done today, and that is to head out into the field and pick myself some apples. So when we first bought Park, we planted an apple tree, and I'm just going to go and head out to see whether there were any apples there. So there were a few when I last looked, which was about 3 weeks ago, but I'm hoping that they've developed now, and I'll be able to pick some. I've got my basket here all ready to go. So you can just make it out there in the center of the screen. Can't see any apples on it, but let's get a bit closer. It is very overgrown. Now I just have to make it through this bank of overgrown raspberries. Okay, I can see the apple tree and I can see apples. So all I need to do now is pick some. I got myself a decent basket full of apples, and the next thing is to head back into the house and finish off finding spaces for all those house plants. Oh, and make myself a crumble. And here they all are. I've managed to fit them all in the bathroom. Milo's quite partial to the papyrus grass here. Just like to have a nibble. So yeah, you want to look after your houseplants over the winter with the low light levels and low temperatures. They can struggle a bit. I tend to give them a bit of a shower every couple of months, and if you tie a plastic bag around the plant pot, you can stop the compost from getting washed down the plug hole, which you don't want. And the other thing is I have some grow lights. Now I'm sure the neighbours are suspecting we're growing something other than houseplants in here, but oh well. Right, well that's it today for the update, and yeah, keep an eye on the channel for lots more videos, and thanks for watching. Bye for now. Before I go, if you haven't subscribed yet, click below and also check out these other videos.